So the people who've built the country for the last 40 years are going to exit stage left.
We're not going to get a very skilled workforce in the future unless we take proactive measures right now.
It takes the same skills to maintain a facility as it does to construct it.
Failing to address this is tragic loss of opportunity.
As it sits right now, we're at a crossroads of having construction that is imminent and professionally skilled trades in Alberta and Canada we feel will not be adequate for the demands.
Over the last 10 years, we've added 1 million man-hours per year of craft labor under our system.
It's estimated there's going to be 180,000 people short of manpower in the next 5 years. Now, when you combine that with the 25,000 that we're going to lose due to mortality and retirement, it is a crisis that we need to deal with cooperatively, coming up with a strategy that involves funding, training, and cooperation.
The policymakers cannot look short-term on just a political viability for themselves. They've got to look at what's good for this province and what's good for this country. Enhance and encourage apprenticeship, certainly, but do the inventory of the projects, do the inventory of the maintenance. There's much research and work being done in terms of what's going to happen, not only in Alberta, but across the whole of the country.
And this is where owners, contractors, and all the various labor providers do get together and through a process of education and knowledge, work the solutions over the longer term that we need.
What we're seeing is increasing to 3% per year of our current workforce retiring. So that would mean that by the time we get to 2019, 2020, approximately 1/4 of the current workforce will have retired. This entire nation relies on heavy industry in Alberta, and the size of the prize is very much there. The loss of failing to take advantage of resource development opportunities will be felt in every corner of Canada.
We need a multi-pronged approach. We need the contractors, we need the unions, and we need the government and the schools and the families all talking about the benefits of the construction industry.
This is a complex, multifactorial situation, and you need to build partnerships. The partnerships have got to include education, government, and industry. Government is a key stakeholder here because they're responsible for the education, and the government needs to be very open in how they deal with industry. We aren't dealing in two separate silos where education just grinds out the skilled tradespeople that the industry then picks up.
If you look at trades training and you look at the whole question of investment in it by responsible parties like government and by employers, I think they should invest in capacity. There are a lot of people who would like to go into the trades. The only thing that prevents them is A, they can't get an apprenticeship, and B, they can't get the training.
Our government needs to be able to support industrial education not only in the high school, but they have to support those teachers that are going to train these people. And that means the university as well needs to have the support from the government.
I don't think that we can really underestimate the impact of the issue that we're dealing with here. When you're really looking at the economic significance of providing additional workers for the industries that are growing, I think that it's incumbent upon post-secondary institutions to look at supporting those kind of industries that are growing.
We're in a position right now where industry is crying for skilled tradespeople. The reason why they're so hard to come by is because we in the schools haven't been given the opportunity to be able to give these kids these experiences anymore because the teachers don't exist.
Maybe one of the things we need to do is look at a bit of a revolution in education and start looking at some life skills that might help people build for the future. One of those ways of building for the future is being able to find out there are careers like the trades. We need to say to government, we need you to help us build on our system. We produce the finest tradespeople in the world here in Canada.
Training in Canada amongst the building trades is second to none. We have the best facilities across the nation. We are on the leading edge of every technological advancement there is. Every local union has a training center, and we run our people through every training course from A to Z. We have to lay the foundations and the building blocks. We have to start increasing our numbers of apprenticeships.
I think by choosing a trade, it can only open doors for you. When you look at going into a trade, you're looking at most of them being 4 years, where you also get to work within those 4 years, so you're coming out of trade school without having thousands of dollars of debt.
My greatest fear is that industry will downgrade the training programs to expedite making tradespeople or graduating tradespeople quicker.
A lot of people in this country start apprenticeships, but they don't finish. So we need to find out why people are not finishing their apprenticeships and are not moving forward into skilled positions and moving on to waiting and developing jobs.
The government need to work towards making apprenticeship, a viable, attractive occupation.
If you don't have somebody who has the technical skills to do it, it either won't get done or it won't get done properly.
In the maintenance and construction industry, the future is all going to be about supply. Supply, supply, supply. He who has the people will perform the job. We have a lot of people exiting the trade in the next 5 to 10 years that have been working in the industry for 30 to 40 years that have an enormous amount of knowledge locked up in their minds. And it's time to transfer that on to the next generation so we can continue to build the mega projects across this country.
Government should be listening to the industry. And when I say the industry, I'm talking about labor and the client owner group. They know what has to be done to build projects. They know the timetable of projects. They know the manpower that's necessary and the manpower that's available.
This really is beyond a partisan political issue. This is simply what's good for this country moving forward.
I don't think we can count on industry to do it by itself or government to do by itself. I think we need to work together. And I'm talking about organized labor, organized employer groups, industry as a whole, government. We all need to work together. And I think in trying to do that, we'll be able to address some of the needs, but there's no doubt the challenges that are coming before us are quite significant.
I would say that the opportune time is now. You just have to know what you want, get motivated, and go for it.
I love my job. Welding is really interesting. It's always been what I've always wanted to do.
I'll continue with my professional development, and hopefully by that time, well, definitely as I age, I want to be off the tools and I'll have enough experience and practical thinking. I think I can mentor young tradesmen.
I think the most important thing that a woman can do in the trades is go in with self-respect and dignity.